Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Space Odyssey, a Pokemon Tabletop United story. I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion, and this is actually Roll for Immersion. I keep forgetting I need to say that, because that's our tabletop series name instead of Immersion Diversion. It's still Immersion Diversion because it's here, but that's just what I'm calling it. Anyway, thanks for coming, hanging out. Thanks for watching. Schoolie, I see you lurking, but that's fine. Have fun at work. I got an interesting secret menu item idea that I was going to do, but I'll get into that when I actually bring up that stuff. So, I found my sheet, so I can actually read it off like I want. Anyway, we were playing on Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice. Pokemon Tabletop United doesn't have any modules on Fantasy Grounds, but I put as much as I could in. Like, I put all the items in, I got some rules that I wrote down, and we're mainly just using it for dice rolls, maps, turn order, stuff like that. But nonetheless, it makes it easier for us to keep track of things, so that's why I'm using it. I have to thank... Oh, and actually, I keep forgetting that I can do this. I gotta do Fantasy Grounds. Yay! So, I got music, yeah. I have to thank Zame, Blitzit, Sanity, and Glitch City and Galax for allowing us to use their music. Thank you guys so much. I play their music through Sirenscape because Sirenscape is a soundboard. Well, it's like a sound... It's a thing you can play sounds through. I always forget what they're called, but it's an online player, I guess, an online sound player. You can play music you want to by importing it into Sirenscape. Otherwise, they do have their own music and stuff like that in there. I think I managed to fix my problem with Sirenscape online lagging, or like loading really slow when I would have a bunch of stuff open, because I have now downloaded the Fantasy offline player, which is probably going to help me a ton, because it's no longer using up the bits in the internet and stuff. So hopefully that'll go well, and we'll test that out today and see how it goes. Yeah, anyway, let's introduce the players today. Hi, guys!
Hola!
Hello. We are missing an...
I'm extra weird today.
We are missing a Henry and Eduardo. The weather, I guess, has been making them not feel great, so hopefully they get better soon. I wish them luck. Adolfin, Edward will be joining us halfway through because with daylight savings time, he's still got an hour left of work, but hopefully we should see him either before the break or after the break. So that's why I haven't grayscaled his face, because he will be here today. It'll just make that much easier for me. But without further ado, let's... I think... I'll bring that up later. Edward... Edward. I was looking at Robert and said Edward. Sean, tell us about Robert and Gizmo, please, before I...
Robert is a professor who has had a checkered past. Recently reunited with his daughter, who he kind of abandoned. He doesn't like to use that terminology because he feels guilty. But yeah, he's a Pokemon professor, and he just recently left to go on this long journey to unlock the mysteries of this universe. And Gizmo has been by his side for many, many years, and he was almost kind of used as like the class pet.
Nice. Alright, and then River, why don't you tell us about Echo and Navi?
Echo, one who is searching for their purpose in this galaxy, universe, whatever, and while also trying to figure out what the hell emotions are. Even I don't understand them sometimes. and being accompanied by a Navi, who is the recently at once a Routes, now a Corellia. Woo!
Woo! Hell yeah! And with the help of with Navi, he's gonna be, or Navi's gonna be trying to help you figure out your emotions and help deal with them along the way.
Correct.
Yeah. Adelfin and
They're your
Luther.
therapist.
I was debating on because I know what Michael does is sometimes if a player isn't there, he won't really introduce them anymore. So I might start doing that from now on. But for now, I'll leave that to next time for me to decide. But for now, Adelfin is a elf from Zyzipso, a psychic type planet that looks like a comet, and it basically has some planets in its gravitational pull, so the other planets are in the tail of the comet. Anyway, and then they orbit around a sun. Anyway, so Adelfin is from Zyzipso, and he was not fond of the way things were looking at home. He found Luthu, brought him home, and his dad basically said fine in order to get him to shut up. I think I don't remember exactly how it went, or how Adelfin kind of describes it for that. But it's more or less he's not a huge fan of his family, or at least his dad. So he decided to leave, taking Luthu with him. Luthu is his emotional support Pokemon, his ESP. And yeah, they decided to leave and explore the universe that he had been so keen to see in his books. And Henry and Tedwardo. Henry is from the almost copy but slightly bigger planet Earth, which is called Zorokoro, and has found Tedwardo there as well. Tedwardo actually wasn't his main starter, with his main starter being a Cyndaquil, but I think he said he's got the most emotional attachment to Tedwardo, so that's why we have him on the screen right there. But there's a lot we still don't know about Henry. Or I know a lot about Henry, but it's stuff I can't talk about, so I have to leave that to Henry. Anyway, with that, thank you guys. Everybody has made their own Hero Forge minis, as you can see in the corner in the bottom left of their screens. They have all made their own Hero Forge. I had no interaction with it. If they want to change it up and add stuff like with the use of kit bashing, I will then interject and try my best. But with that, everybody's kind of made their own Hero Forge, and I love the way they all look. After that, I gotta thank you guys for being in chat, being here to watch. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You get channel points for just being here and hanging out. You get more for being subscribed. I think it's twice as much. I'm not actually remembering on that. But you can use your hero points to give advantage, or not give advantage, but, well, I guess it's like Arceus intervention. Arceus intervention is basically a reroll or something like that. You can use the hero points to give a bonus to a Pokeball throw, making it easier or harder for the players to catch Pokemon. You can heal their party. You can give them magic items. You can give them an insight bonus, which is like if they have no idea what to do at the time, an insight bonus will help them gain some knowledge on the situation, figure out what to do. Other than that, if you wish to, you can donate to the channel. I say donate responsibly because you take care of yourself before you take care of us. But if you'd like to help us out, donations get split between the group members as best as we can. Sometimes we might forget, but usually I try to remember, especially if it's like a $50 one or something, in which case, yeah. 1.2 times on tier sub 1. Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess if I keep forgetting there's like 3 different tiers for subs. So yeah, so 1.2 times for channel points on a tier 1 sub, and you get more for like a tier 2 and a tier 3, but I honestly don't even do tier 3s because that just seems like a lot of money. So I would just say just tier 1s for me, which is fine. But yes, if you wish to donate and help us out, though, you can use monetary donations. You can donate $1 to give consumable items to the players. You can donate $5 to give a hero point or jinx point, which in this case there are the Pokeballs you can see below Robert and Adolphin names, and also the jinx points or the Master Balls that I have right here. We can use them to create nonsense that isn't in the game. The players and myself can use them to re-roll if I wish to. I can use mine to cancel out their Pokeballs. I haven't done that in a while though, but I think that would be kind of mean. But we'll see. It just depends on if I want something to happen or not. The players can use them to, if they wish. I think I said I allowed them to re-roll Pokeball throws, well, not just the throws, but like the capture rolls. If they don't like the roll, they can use the re-roll their Pokeball to use that on a capture throw. They can also use them to keep themselves or their Pokemon at 1 HP, or the enemy Pokemon at 1 HP also, whether it be a trainer, which I don't know why they'd use it on a trainer's Pokemon, but they can if they wish to. Or use them on a wild Pokemon so that when they go to catch them, they get that extra boost that comes from leaving a Pokemon at 1 HP. Yeah, and then for $10, you can donate a Plot Twist, Flashback, or a Hero Point card. Plot Twist changes the game, change at least the session, it's whatever's happening in the encounter. Flashback cards make a player remember something from their past or their future that they might not have known or remembered or forgot about maybe, or they might use it to remember an item they used to have and maybe they forgot they put it in their bag. And a hero card is a one-use ability card, which the players can either use if it translates well and okay, we can figure that out when it happens, to the PTU, or they can use it as a free Jinx point, essentially giving them a fourth, or Jinx point, sorry, hero point or Pokeball, essentially giving them a fourth hero point. For $20 you can donate, or for $15 you can donate a critical token, or the GS ball. Robert and Echo both have one, as you can see down there. They are used to just do exactly that. It's an auto crit. They can use it on a Pokeball throw, and if they do it on the throw to catch a Pokemon, rather than the normal plus 10 that they would get from an actual crit throw in the game, they will get a plus 20 instead from using that. Yeah, and that's basically all that is for that. It's just a free crit or a bonus 20 instead of 10 to a critical capture. For $20 you can donate a random encounter. This is a strong enemy that shows up, not a group of monsters like I would just kind of have in or Pokemon, but it is a strong single Pokemon that the group has to fight. And for $25 you can buff creatures, Pokemon, those Pokemon that got summoned in the random encounter. Basically upping their level. It could give them stats, it could give them new moves, new abilities, stuff like that. Just changes the fight, give them a new type, stuff like that. For $30 you can donate a magic item, which is a strong item catered to the player of your choice. If you wish to make the item, if you wish me to make the item, or if the player has an item that they want in the shop, they can pick that as well. This magic item will be a little bit stronger than the magic item that would come from channel points, but nonetheless it is still pretty good. Or in the same sense, you can donate 30 to create a legendary encounter, which a legendary would spawn and fuck with the party, or it would just show up and the party would have to deal with whatever's going on with it at the time. And last but not least, we have the Unknown Mysteries, which is the secret menu item for $50. This menu item changes the scale of the whole game. I've given my players buffs. I've given my players, or I've said that like maybe a hidden pathway were to show up that would either make the players happy or hinder them, but it just kind of it basically changes up the timeline a lot. I've given them items doing it, They can also. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling at the time. Today's unknown mystery. Um, uh, the players have encountered a strange creature. They've been able to tell what kind of creature it is, but they've never. It just looks like an inky blot, like an ink monster of some sort. Um, I would, with today's secret menu item, I will introduce one of the teams that I've created that is dealing with these creatures. Um, that is at least connected with them. So yeah, I will be introducing them if we hit the secret menu item. If not a little early, because I do plan on introducing these guys at some point, but this would be I plan on doing it like if the secret menu item happens, I will introduce them today. So yeah, that is today's unknown mysteries. So without further ado, let's start the game, shall we?
Also, I have two questions for you, Neil,
Ooh,
before
what's up?
we start proper.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how do you find out where move keywords are again?
Those are going to be in the core rulebook. I think they'll be
Okay.
right before the moves, like, lists.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Also,
You could also
have
just type in,
you-
like, if you type in, smite or anything, like, stuff like that, and you cycle through them, they'll go through all the moves, but there's also, like, a description of what smite is and stuff, so... Same thing with burst X and stuff. If you type in that, it should pop up, so... But yeah.
Cool. But also, I'm curious, 'cause I don't think you've done this yet. Have you shown the audience and or the players what these toadstool actually look like?
No, because that would be a lot of work.
Oh,
I
come
showed...
on, you
I
could just
showed...
post an overview.
It basically looks the same as I showed the Zyghost. The black inky Zyghost from before.
It's creepier. Yeah.
I know, but I don't want to do that for 1,000 different Pokemon.
Alright, fine.
Depending on when they happen. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, if on the map they won't show up like that, but I will let you know if they look all inky and different and stuff. And stuff like that. So, yeah. Alright. Any other questions before we start?
Nope, those
Okay, no problem. Alright, without further ado, let's get this Space Odyssey on a roll. Last time, the players, our group, you don't even have a group name yet. I don't think you need to have one. But if you wish to have one, you can create one later. The group had been fighting a legendary Pokemon that Echo had found out from Lamprine to be known as a Zyghost. Robert had known it to be a Zygarde, but was confused on why it looked like that. The group managed to scare it away and chase it into what seemed to be some kind of portal. As they entered through, they came into a dimension of just green skies and a white sand ground. They followed the path of what they thought might be the Zyghost, or whatever this thing happened to be, and they came across a group of weird-looking toadstools with a cloud traveling behind it, because they were just running that quick. The party had quickly dispersed a bunch of them, and realizing there was a fourth, just kind of dealt with it as everything happened. Adelphin, with the last one, has put a box of a barrier around one to contain it. And that is where we continue. Let me just find my song quick. Because now I can actually get it to it quicker, I think. There we go. Oh, maybe not that one. I was going to do the but that can still be for now. Sorry. Where are you? Did I? No, that's fine. I'll find it and I'll change it. Anyway, you guys, during the battle, I will also bring this up for Sean, at least, because he wasn't here the last couple of times when they fought these. When you would defeat the Pokemon, they would get back up and continue to fight. And then you defeat them, and then they would get back up and continue to fight. After a little bit of time, 2 of them had managed to finally stay down and be done. And Adolphin had put up a barrier, a four layered barrier, essentially creating a square room around one. Henry punched one so hard it actually got thrown back a little bit, but he punched off the ink, and but they weren't able to do anything about it as it after had fainted. And yes, I need to find my so yeah, this is where you guys are, as you now have a creature that looks like a toadstool inside of a box.
Is my toadstool in a box? Are we still in initiative?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. I press my hand to the box, and I'm like, is there... Like, I test to see if allies can pass through, or if it's nothing that can.
As you go to touch the barrier, it is a physical being. It is a invisible wall.
Okay. So, it's not just no enemies can pass through, it's nothing can pass
Yeah.
through. Okay. Adolphin, if you disable this barrier, I might be able to charge in and incapacitate it and still be able to bring it with us. Possible.
I don't. He just looks at it. It's like, I don't think that would be a good idea. These things, they were getting back up after we beat them. And look at it. You can actually, when you look in the thing at this toadstool, it is trying to bite at the walls. It actually, you can see on its side, because it basically turns itself like if a bucket was on a hinge, and it could like swing, but it's like upside down. So it like turns itself and almost latches on like a leech, and kind of, you can see the teeth. It's got rows of teeth, and I kind of described this to them before. It looks like the teeth from the shark in James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would really... That's true. This kind of science could be a little too dangerous to bring on board our ship.
I'm gonna roll occult education to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, sure thing.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, if we haven't done that, yeah, I'm definitely doing
All right, first things first. I gotta do ancient wisdom, of course.
Go ahead.
So I get a extra.
By the way, there is a giant cacnea by you guys also. It is Adolphin's cacnea, but it has used growth and became bigger.
How's a 29 feel?
Holy shit! That's 4 6s.
Wow. So what does Echo know?
Okay. There's not much you can tell because you've never seen anything like this before, but this is definitely a toadstool with almost like what seems like an alien matter on it. but you can tell it's not really an alien, like it's alive. It's almost like material. You just don't know what.
Is that blood spot that's kind of near the 15 radius smoke screen? Is that the toad school that had the highlights punched out of its hair?
Yeah, that one is actually a normal looking toad school right now, but it is currently fainted.
Yeah. I'm going to look at that and see if there's anything,
Okay.
weird about it now that it's a regular toad school.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. As the
Also, I'm
just roll me a
sad
perception.
that no one appreciated my my Scott Pilgrim perception. Oh, yeah.
If you want to, I could just make a ha-ha laugh thingamabob if you want to.
Oh, Robert is blind. He takes the tentacles and stabs them into his eyes.
You take 30 damage. No, just kidding. As you look at this toad school, yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any trace of that black inkiness that's on the other one. It just looks like a normal toad school.
This dimension must do something to the Pokemon here.
At this point,
We should leave before anything happens to us.
the smoke does dissipate.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like if we stay here too long, then whatever this inky blackness could maybe infect us. To me, it looks like a disease.
Is it though?
I have no idea. You
Well-
might not have to worry too much, but might not have to worry.
Henry, he says, "Hey guys," he goes over to where the cloud was, and you see him pick something up.
What do you have there?
I don't know. I just was in the cloud.
Looks at the thing, studies it. What is it?
Roll me an occult education check. Or no,
Once
in this case, roll me a general education, actually.
yeah. So you want to know my general education? Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, you don't know what this is. It just looks like a crystal.
Well, I'll also take a look at it because I'm curious.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. But it's in Echo's memory banks though, so I mean, I don't have
Yeah.
to worry about memory shit. 'cause
Yeah,
of
you now
perfect
you
memory.
now know what's in you. You now have the image of this thing in your head.
Yeah, would a 15 figure it out?
You don't know what it is, but it has the same shape of the crystal that Henry had in his fist when he punched it.
It might be related to that crystal that you found earlier with that earthworm.
Huh.
But regardless, what we need to do now is just try to find a way to get out of here. And hopefully we severed the, well, the connection that was draining. I forgot her name.
Lamprey.
Yeah, Lamprey.
Well,
Robert's a teacher. He's bad with names, you know.
Adolphin says, well, whatever we decide to do, we gotta deal with this thing first. My barriers can't hold up forever. And you start, there seems to be some cracks starting to happen.
What's her range on it? Because we can try to get as far away as possible before.
I think barrier just puts it up, and I think that you can just leave. Let me look up barrier quick. Or his barrier. Barrier says the target is. Oh no, that's telekinesis. The user creates a barrier of psychic energy. The user places up to 4 segments of barrier. Each segment must be continuous with another segment, and the least one. The least, I'm assuming it means last. The last one must be adjacent to the user. These barriers count as blocking terrain and last until the end of the encounter or until they are destroyed. Each barrier segment is 2 meters tall, 1 meter wide, and 2 centimeters thick. Each segment has 28 hit points, 15 damage reduction, and takes damage as if it were psychic typed. So I'm guessing, yeah, you guys can leave, and then it should stay up for a while. So
yes, that'll be Robert's suggestion. We should get out of here, get as far as we can, and if it still somehow finds us, then we'll have to deal with it. But I think that's remaining in this place could be very bad for our health.
okay. As Adolphin just says that.
Oh, Adolph.
Yeah, Adolphin is. I kind of just did a. I kind of. No, that was my impression of Edward. Okay. No, that was Adolphin saying, "Okay, well, we better hurry then."
Yeah.
And you guys decided to move on.
Yep. We just pick a random direction and go.
Okay. Make me a survival check to see if you can see the tracks from before, because there was a lot of dust kicked up.
I got an 8.
That's better than me.
Let's see. Adolphin has a 2, so I will roll this for Adolphin.
We all have a 2 survival.
And Henry has also a 2.
Wow. We
Whoops.
need to get better at survival. This group.
Henry got a 9. You guys don't seem to find any tracks, but everyone make me an intuition check, though.
Ah.
Wonderful. I got a 3d6. Woo. I got a 10.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, 28.
Robert, Echo, you. Echo, I will say you get it because it would have been a little easier for you. Robert, you remember Echo talking about the strings that Lamprey had? But you don't see any of these strings. However, Echo, you remember that you can sort of see the strings because of your connection with Lamprey. So if you want to see them, I need you to roll a perception check because of how hard they are to find, but it is easier for you.
Can I use the occult?
I will say you can use occult to try and, instead of see them, to try and sense them. Robert, in your case, you wouldn't be able to use occult education if you wanted to try and see it because you don't have a connection with her. But if you wish to try and use perception to see it...
I'll do my best to look.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta do ancient wisdom, of course, because
Okay.
yeah.
Robert needs new glasses.
I could re-roll those ones because of my font of knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah, woo!
Okay, so you got another one, but that's still. So one of the ones
that
stay.
would be +5,
Yeah.
so 23.
So 23. Okay. You go and kind of stick your hand out to or just kind of lift up your lantern. And as you lift up your lantern and focus your mind on the lantern, you can see a little string kind of shine. It's almost like a little reflection. It's very, very faint, but you can feel it coming from, your, you can see it, and it goes off into the distance. But at the same time, it seems to be slightly. Actually, make me a perception check.
All right. What's my perception? Oh, wonderful. 46.
Nice, yeah. The string seems to be it's hard to tell, but it is slightly moving. Not like in a vibration. It's like slowly. Oh, it's hard to see on there.
Waving almost.
It's like over time, like a time lapse almost thing. Like it is slowly moving, but you can tell it is moving.
By the way, would Robert, through his education, know about the almost a mirror dimension? Where the heck is Giratina from again? What is that called? No, it's not the reverse world. I forgot the place where Giratina is from.
The mirror world or the reverse world.
Is it the reverse world?
It's either the mirror world or the reverse world.
Okay.
But
For some reason,
yeah,
that was called something different. But yeah, would Robert know at least the legends about that?
you would need to make a difficult Pokemon education check.
Pokemon education. Okay.
Yeah, like an expert.
It's distortion world.
Distortion world.
Distortion.
Yes, thank you. I knew it wasn't either of those, and I'm like, I was bugging.
Okay. You have studied Pokemon for quite a while. You would at least know about the main base forms of Pokemon. So yes, you would know about Giratina in the Distortion World. This is not
Now,
it. Or no, you don't know what the
yeah.
Distortion World looks like because you've never been there. So you do not know if this is it or not.
Yeah, I say that we should also make haste. I feel like, well, we've already seen some powerful Pokemon, but there might be one in here that's very powerful, and we do not want to encounter him.
So, quick question about this string, right?
Yep.
You say that it's like, is it floating off? Is there any indication that it's like severed? It's kind of floating like freely instead
You
of...
can't tell.
Oh, okay.
It kind of like you're holding onto it, and then as you look in the direction the string goes, it kind of vanishes. Like you manage to find the string, but you can't see it far enough to see how far it goes. But you can follow it if you wish.
Echo will start following it because this is
I guess
Lamprey.
what do you do with the string, I guess? Tell me what.
Oh, is it like severed?
It is not severed because if it was severed, it would be freely floating. And it wouldn't be as straight as it is.
Can you touch it?
Yeah, he is. The Echo is touching it currently right now.
Okay.
I was just wondering
you could
whether
just follow it by hand.
Yeah, but it's basically it's taut. It's not floating, so you could tell it's not severed. It's just pulled.
Pulled?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Also, while we're doing this too, I apologize to Gizmo, but I say that it's very, very important for him. I put him in his Pokemon.
Gizmo. Okay, he was not expecting it because he's always just so used to being out. But He doesn't fight it, so.
Yep. I don't trust this place. I don't want it to infect my Pokemon.
Yeah. Echo, I will also say that there is a second string that was kind of nearby it next to it. It's almost right next to it in a way. But they're not touching. But it's going like in the same direction that you came from, back to the portal, and the direction that the string is going. But they're both kind of moving at the same pace, so it's like almost like they're like so they're both taut though.
Okay.
Not taut. What's the word? It's like it feels like it's stuck on something is what it is. So it like how a rope is like pulled tight and it's taut. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Okay. I just keep thinking
taut's the correct word for that.
Yeah,
then.
so the string is taut.
Yeah, because taut is basically just the synonym for pulled tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Echo would relay this information while looking at the string, and then once Echo gets done explaining, starts following the string.
Okay. So you're kind of like hanging onto the
Robert
string
will
and following
closely follow behind. Yeah.
All right.
That direction is better than just a random one. So.
Okay. As you guys start following the string, shortly after leaving the area with the Toad School, back in the direction of the Toad School, you definitely hear a screech. And that was the Toad School screech you guys heard before, because it used Confuse Ray as screech. Or, I think it actually has screech. Let me double check. Supersonic. So, the screech it made when it used Supersonic, you hear that again, but it doesn't seem to be coming near you. And, Echo, you feel the string, move through your fingers, almost like it's still taut, but it's sliding through your fingers like it's... Make me an insight check. Or intuition, sorry.
I was like, insight,
No,
huh? What? Excuse me? Man, you got me confused for a moment. I thought we'd be playing D&D for a moment. I have an 11.
Not bad. The end of the string is coming closer to you.
Oh, so it is getting slightly more slack.
Yeah. But it's still taut, so it's yeah. But you can definitely feel that it's...
This entire time...
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, also this entire time that we're walking, Robert is mostly keeping his eyes to the sky.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, looking towards the sky, you see just swirls of mist, almost looking like clouds, just in the sky, just kind of, it's like if a cloud had a form, it would be a spiral. There's just a bunch of spirals in the sky, but they don't look like
he's looking to
anything's
see
happening.
if any of those, because he's afraid that there might be a giant ghost dragon flying around. So
you do definitely see like things in the background that almost look like... It's like if a silhouetted bird was way in the distance and you could see it, it would look like a silhouetted, like, stick figure bird flapping,
Okay.
But they're so far away.
So there are flying creatures in the distance, but not birds.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, though, because this place does look very barren.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert is definitely very unforgiving in this place.
Yeah, going to keep following, pretty much.
Yeah.
See where this string ends.
Roll me a... because we're not going by days, because it's still technically the same day, but I still want you guys to roll me a d20.
Do you want me to roll it, Robert, or do you want to roll it?
Oh, I already had it going, sorry.
14. Alright. You refine the tracks that you were looking for before. They are heading
awesome.
away from. They are heading away from the string.
Oh.
Huh.
I, do you want to still keep following the string, or do you want to follow the tracks?
Let's follow the string first, and then we could always come back. Don't worry, my memory is
Yeah,
my memory
that-
is perfect, so I'll be able to guide us back.
yeah, because if that Zygarde thing is anything like those Toad School, I don't know if we're going to be able to even properly fight it.
You would know, Sean or Robert, that this thing is it's not a Zygarde, it's called a Zygost, because Echo did bring it up before, so
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Lamprey pretty
you
much
you
said everything.
you would have found out about it looks like a Zygarde, but Echo has more knowledge about it and knows it being called a Zygost.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, then he would have used the proper term.
Yep, because of Lamprey.
Yeah, so
All
he's
right.
like, I don't. If it's the same kind of thing as those Toad School, I don't think we can actually properly fight that Zygost.
All right, you guys continue. No, you don't follow the tracks. Tracks are there, so
Yeah.
Echo will know how to come back if you need it. But
Yeah.
all right, roll me another d20.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, you got it.
I got
Uh
two.
Okay.
oh.
As you guys are walking, the area around you seems to get heavy.
Quick, cover your mouth. I tell that to the organics.
Echo
And
or
Robert will pull up.
Adolphin and Henry will cover their mouth.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Echo is just not bothered. Doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, for some reason I thought Robert had a scarf. I was gonna say he pulls his scarf up over his mouth like a thing. I guess he pulls his collar up over his mouth.
Okay. Roll. What is it you are doing? I'm just curious.
Well, with the air getting heavy, he thinks it could be like a gas or something, or like,
Okay.
So he's just not taking chances.
Roll me an medicine education then.
Can I do it as well?
If you wish to, yeah.
I got a novice in medicine education. Have a 12.
Why is it that every time I roll 2 dice, it's always like a 1 and a 2?
That's funny. Robert, you don't necessarily know what's up with this area, and you think that this gas might be hurting you. Echo, you can tell that this isn't a gas at all. It's actually the gravity around you has increased.
By 1 exactly.
By 1.
By 1. And what is the gravity here? Like
I
a
think
standard
it
2?
would be the same. It would be the same as before Miesto 2. So you are now on a. It is still a little weird to feel the gravitational change. But yes, it is now like an Earth-like. It is an Earth-like heaviness now.
Yeah. It's almost like going into like, it's like it's slightly chilly outside. So, but like when you step like, if it's been really really warm, it's like, oh boy, that's really cold. Even though it's like it's kind of normal.
So it does take a little bit of you getting used to while you're walking here on this turn area. It is a little bit of difficult terrain.
Okay.
So it does slow your movement a tiny bit.
Until we hit a 5, and then that's when we gotta worry.
Yeah. All right. You keep going.
Yeah, you said it's almost the end, so I mean...
All right. Roll me
Trudging along.
one last one last. I kind of been doing it by hours because it's like the Toad School was up for 2 hours. So the last one was the third, or the last one would have been the fourth because you had the tracks and then you had the interesting weird place. So this would be the fifth. 9.
99999.
Okay.
Number 9.
You find another rundown building.
Another?
Not
We've done one
unsimilar
before?
to the mansion before. Oh yeah. So when you walked through the portal and came into this place, the mansion was it was the mansion again, but it was like a rundown, like all the building material was the same pretty much, except it was all white, but it looked like a rundown broken mansion that you guys had come
Okay,
from.
but it was still recognizable as like the same structure.
Yeah. And then
Echo,
this
do
place.
you recognize what this building used to be? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry, you might want to repeat that.
Oh, but yeah, Echo, do you know what this building here might have used to be? Or at least on the other side?
You tell me, GM.
This mansion would have been near a town, so this is actually a building of a Pokemon Center.
Are we going to stumble upon a creepypasta of Nurse Joy and like Jigglypuff?
A Nurse Joy with
To
like
those that are
bleeding out of
wondering
her
what
eyes.
that is, don't look it up. Save your sanity.
I think there are, like, there's a picture of like the ones that we found at the Toad School. There's one for Chansey, I think, too, like the weird, like, creepy, like zombie Chansey.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah, you
there's,
determine this is a
Yeah, like, is there a town nearby, or are we coming into the town?
It's just a building.
Just a building? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
probably
it's like a Pokemon Center?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from the
Can we
looks of
see
it-
into it, or do we have to like open up a door to actually like inside?
There's a door,
Or
but
is it,
one
like,
of the
holes?
doors is like broken and unhinged.
I'll peek inside before actually go in. Like I'll just like look through
Okay.
the broken door.
Roll me a perception check.
From the looks of
Stop.
it,
You're the one making the looks.
I
Okay.
know.
You look inside,
I'm so
and
blind.
it's
I
fairly
need LASIK.
It's pretty dark in here. It's hard to see anything at all, but you can definitely see like the rundown likeness of it. Sorry, what?
yeah, I was about to say, before I got interrupted multiple times,
Sorry.
it's fine. This, Echo will pipe up. This is, a Pokemon Center. Albeit, I went here once or twice to treat Navi, but it's being run by a Reaper.
Could you shine your lantern in here so we can?
Oh, I could
Can you
look
see
at,
what's
Echo looks inside of it because I got special eyes! AKA, for those that don't know, I got the enhanced sight eyes. I could see in IR spectrum and I could
Ooh.
see in the dark.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you look through. Also, Robert,
I
don't
could
forget
make
you
my
have
I
your-
could make my
your
eyes
necklace.
glow as well. I could make my eyes glow as well if I choose to.
Nice.
Also, well, actually, I shouldn't be the one reminding you because you have the item. So,
Well, yeah.
I would assume that the glow isn't like bright though, right? Because I thought you said it was kind of just like a like
For your
like a
necklace,
mild glow. Yeah.
it's a mild glow, but when you're using it to actually like use it as a light, then it's a bright glow, like a bright blue.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought all they could do was make me learn or understand languages.
No, because when you first got it, it activated. That was part of the secret menu item thing. It activated, and then you figured you could figure it out. You could learn that stuff. But at the same time, it was also glowing bright. So when you're using it, it shines bright like that.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I
you
did not
can
know that.
activate it without reading text, and it'll still glow bright and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to know.
Yeah. But yes, Echo, you look through the door and activate your thermal, or what was it? Thermal?
I
red?
could see an IR spectrum, and
Okay.
I also could see in dark, in the dark,
Okay.
dark vision,
Yeah.
essentially.
So you look through and you see like red. As a red glow happens, you could definitely see black outlines of run-down booths, chairs, a table, like a countertop. There is no sign of any kind of technology, though.
Are there any signs of life in here?
Not that you can tell.
Well,
I think I had to look it up. What IR spectrum is.
Infrared.
Yeah, infrared.
yeah, infrared.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Echo would just
curiosity.
Echo, like, just in case, turns on the IR spectrum and just to see if there's any heat.
Oh, I just noticed that that Ed connected to.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
I saw. You don't have to bring it up. He'll join when he joins.
No, I just noticed it and it just surprised me. But yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, that was just. But yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
is there any
yeah.
life in this building?
There's no heat signature at all.
Or a cold signature.
Nope.
Because if it's cold, it still would show up in infrared. Okay. Well, curiosity killed the skitty. I'm gonna go check it out.
Alright, you walk in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let me get
Against my better
Reading quick.
judgment.
One moment.
Hi, Ed.
Hey.
Oh, whoops.
Hello.
I should probably join on my phone. Oh, I can join on my phone. Hang on. Let me... There we go. Yay. Welcome in, Ed.
Hello.
Hope you had a good day today, Ed.
Yeah, it was fine. Thank
The
you.
players had, I'll give you a tiny recap of what happened. You guys have left the scene with the toad school, the weird toad school still in the barrier.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep. Echo has found the string that he was looking for. The connection for Lamperine, and it is moving into the distance. He can't see as far because it's like he uses a cult to find it. His occult education to
Okay.
find it, and it kind of disappears, but it is slightly moving, ever so slightly
Okay.
a bit. You heard a screech come from the direction that the toad school was in, but it has not followed
Okay.
you. And the
It got a bit pissed off, they did.
yeah, but the Echo has noticed that the string was kind of slacking almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The group found the tracks leading away from the string. It was the same tracks you guys were following before.
Real quick, sorry to interrupt, but
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
They decided to keep following the string, and now they have found a... Oh, they walked through a weird gravitational distortion area, which had increased the gravity by 1 point. So it's got you are currently in Earth gravity at a 3 instead of the slightly less gravity that the planet of Baphomia has. So
Okay.
it's a little bit of difficult terrain because you've been walking on this planet for a little while, and it was weird to feel the gravitational shift. And now you have found a building, and Echo has determined it to be a Pokemon Center, but it's very rundown and broken.
Okay.
Yep.
And
that's where you
also,
guys currently are.
Robert has expressed his concern, and he's been very, very paranoid that there might be a giant ghost dragon flying around.
Yeah. Robert has just been like looking at the sky, but couldn't really find much of anything other than like flying figures in the way back that look like stick figure birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Henry has found a crystal that looks slightly similar but different colored to the crystal that he had punched the previous Toadstool with. And that is where we are, at the rundown Pokemon Center.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. So, Robert, you said you were heading in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, curiosity killed the skitty.
I will be coming in as well.
Okay, sounds good. You and Adolfin enter the building. As Echo follows behind, Echo has activated their infrared vision to see if they see anything, and there is no trace of hot or cold. There are rundown. There are rundown booths, countertops, tables of the like. But there seems to be no sense of any kind of technology around.
Okay. I would like to take out my dowsing rod and do a pickup.
Interesting. All right.
Just to see if there's anything here.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a d20.
18.
That's kind of cool.
No idea what this means.
For some unknown reason, within this void of a place, like, that seems to be nothing, you managed to find a... Roll me a d6.
A d6. Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling a d6. Here's a d6.
I believe in you.
Well-
Get a number 6. I believe in you.
Well, I did, but I didn't roll in the chat box.
Oh.
Oh
Here we go.
shit.
2.
Alright, you get a attack booster, an attack enhancer. So, basically, when you use this item on a Pokemon, their attack combat stages get increased by 2.
Okay.
Is it a held item attack booster or the consumable?
It's the X item, like the...
Okay.
Like in the game, it's like, I forgot what they're called in the game, like X item, or like when you use a dire hit, the dire hit increases crit range. Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
the
it's-
temporary.
No, it's an X attack is what it's called.
X attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright.
I don't know if that's what they call it in the PTU, but that's basically what
It is indeed what they call it in PTU.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. So yeah,
found
you managed to get one of them,
Yep. So
Nice.
you can make
Okay.
your
Yeah.
Pokemon hit harder.
which is, and you
Um,
find it strange that you haven't really found anything, and this is the first like actual like thing you found, other than the Toadstool.
So Robert, you see me take out my 2 dowsing rods, and immediately they start pointing in one direction. And me being the idiot that I am sometimes, I just for some reason this shouldn't work, but it does. So I'm just trusting the process, even though the logic center part of my head is like, this is wrong, this shouldn't work, but apparently it's working weird. But following these dowsing rods, you follow me over to I'm presuming like there's trash around.
Yeah, there's like trash cans.
You follow me to like this pile of trash in one corner of the room, and I just start digging through it. And just pull out this thing.
I'm surprised that those even would work here. I'm gonna try
Let's give it a try.
mine.
You guys are all
The one that
their
searches for
pickups,
shards.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm just gonna say this. Surprisingly, yours doesn't actually work.
Well, actually, Robert would not be surprised by that.
Yeah, I thought you were using a pickup ability too, not just the shard
No,
ability you
no.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, he
In
was
fact, I
like,
think your shard finder your ability would be just not. I don't want to say it doesn't work. It just almost wigs out for a second because of all the crap around. It's like all the like the white sand, the white dust, the white dirt or rocks. It's just everything on the ground is white. All the rocks.
well,
all
he
the-
has like the more like occulty type of like, because his are actually called like dowsing rods, where like Ed's would be more of like an item finder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like an
it
item
is an
finder is a
item
piece
finder.
of
Okay.
technology. Yeah.
Um.
Because like Robert's
okay.
is more of like the occulty dowsing rods thing.
Gotcha.
Where it's like,
Okay.
well, Ed's is like an actual piece of technology. So yeah.
Interference.
So like it
signals,
would make sense why that might not work, because there's like
Okay. Then yeah.
stuff.
So yeah, your
GM.
one ability doesn't work here. Yes.
Just to confirm for me, the player, we're still in that grey void. That sort of.
Yeah,
Is
you're
it
still.
grey or is it colourful void?
It was the green sky or the white ground. Yep, you're still there.
Got you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. That's all I need to confirm.
Also, Robert did express his concerns that that goo could almost be like an infection or a disease. So he is covering
the
his mouth,
ectoplasm that.
and yeah, he's covering his mouth and recalled Gizmo because he doesn't, trust that this is not bad for your health.
Robert,
Yes.
I have a thought. We came through a portal on the side of the building. Might there be a portal here?
Yeah, if the portal is maybe more connected due to having a larger population nearby, perhaps.
I mean, I'm presuming that the portal that we came through led only to the area that we were in. So, logic dictates that if we've travelled and this place is here, this place is also in the planet, which means we have also travelled across the planet. Which means, therefore, that we should, if there are multiple entrances, there may be a portal somewhere nearby.
That is true. How big is this Pokemon Center? Like, is it a small one or is it like a bigger one?
It's kind of a small one, but there is a like hallway into like a back room kind of area, or like a doorway like they would have to like when they pull the gurney in and out through a door, where they would work on the like have
Like a little
Yeah.
hospital. Center.
Mhm.
Adolphin, do you want to check around the perimeter on the outside while I check the interior some more? See if we can find one?
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
Also, since my thing can be probably used almost as okay, compared to a flashlight, how glowy is my necklace?
It shines bright light within I think I said 15 feet. Let me double check.
That's a
though.
mobile torch.
Oh yeah, torch. Yeah.
Let me double check.
Mobile torch, yeah.
Yeah.
So I also could, if I can use it in place of a flashlight/torch, then I can give my actual flashlight to somebody else.
Yeah. I can't bring two. Robert.
Well, the description of flashlight is just for, seeing in the dark. Yes. So, not much of a description of what it can do.
Oops.
I would guess it would be like a cone of like light. That's how flashlights work. But
You can definitely try and direct the light if you want, but it is a 15-foot like burst around you.
and for a 200 poke flashlight, what range would you think that would be? Because the game doesn't actually specify.
For what? Sorry.
For a 200 poke cost flashlight, how much range do you think that would have?
Oh, I figured it has like. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as strong as like a floodlight, you know, where it can reach like super far, but I would say it's enough light to like where, if you shine it outside, it would probably go about like 50 feet. So probably I'd say about like,
Okay.
was it like
So yeah, there still is reason for Robert to keep his and not give it to someone else. Okay.
10 meters?
That's mostly the reason why I was asking that. Because, yeah.
10 meters in this
like
case.
10 meters?
In the sense of squares on the map in Pokemon Tabletop,
okay.
it would be 10 meters, but 50 feet.
And my glow would be 3 squares, technically, then.
Yes, but it's like super bright light, so it's like bright light, dim light, and then normal light kind of situation.
Yeah.
So like flashlight light. So yours actually is almost blinding. And you think that, you know, you might actually, you get the idea that maybe you can use this to help you direct attacks away from you, because it blinds, but it also could affect your party as well. I did have the stuff
like
written
the
down
moon
for it.
Flash.
Yeah, in this case, I will say it's a special thing that has to do with your necklace. It's so creatures take a -2 to AC rolls to hit you while you're using it. But you have to activate it like as an action kind of thing. Attacks you make have a +2 to AC because it's not really affecting you since you're the one using it. Because it's blinding enemies, causing them to flinch at you, so you get the extra to hit. And all creatures take a -1 AC to hit anyone. So if an ally is within the burst, they would take a -1 to hit an enemy. This kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yep.
Alright,
Yep.
neat. But yeah, so yeah, I will then pull out my flashlight though, just in case.
Yeah.
Explore through. The
But in this
darkness
case,
of
it
this.
is basically using like a campsite lantern, where like I think you saw my mom had one. It was one of those big like ones that like bright lights around. Yeah, it is basically.
Yeah, and I've used them.
They're
before.
really blinding.
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, who is inside? Who is outside?
I'm outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm inside, and Echo, I think, entered behind us, but yeah, I don't know if they want to explore inside or outside for a portal, possibly.
I'll be outside with
Okay. All right. So Robert, well, we've been doing stuff with you. Let's go to Adelphin and Echo first. Adelphin and Echo, as you guys walk out, Echo, you see the string that you had seen before. It's going past the Pokemon Center from you over before. It is now, because you kind of walked away from it to go inside. It is now on the edge of the building on one of the corners. It looks like it hit the corner and then disappeared.
Okay, I'll go around the corner then.
Okay. As you go around the corner, the string, as it like it's kind of like if you hit, it's like the string went this way and then it hit the edge, and now it's going back that way. But it keeps going past the building. It's almost like it went it took a 45 degree or a 35 degree angle after hitting the corner and just goes that way. Behind the building.
Okay, so
But
it
it's
hits
still-
the building and then it takes like a certain amount of degrees.
Yeah.
And it just-
Basically, it hit the edge of the building, the corner, and it's going past the side of it. And as you turn around and as you go look around the corner, the string or the tether that you had, you see it move. It's not like lined on the wall, like it's not like perfectly perpendicular with it. It's now leading away, but like still behind it. But then it disappears into the, what you wouldn't see unless you followed it. But Edward, Echo, and Adolfin, when you turn the corner, unless Adolfin, are you doing anything at the front of the building?
I'm looking around the building for any portals.
Okay, yeah. So as you look around the building, there are no portals like the one you've seen before.
Okay, that answers my question. I will head inside and see that nobody's there and go, Robert Echo, where are you?
I'm over here.
As you
Where
hear
is
Echo,
here?
As you hear Echo
Rover
yelling out from outside. Rover here. Scooby-Doo.
Where is here?
Wait, Echo, goes back to the front of the building,
Okay.
goes over here.
You see Echo at the front of the
Hi.
building.
Were you outside?
Yes.
Okay. Where's Robert? Is he outside too?
I think he's inside.
Okay.
All right.
I'll head inside. Robert!
Robert, did you say you were going into the doorway where it kind of leads
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the back? Okay.
Yeah, I pulled
Hi,
out
Jen.
my flashlight just to explore. Also,
You,
is my flashlight being messed with?
No.
Or is it actually working fine? Okay.
It's working fine.
So yeah, technology seems to be working okay. Good.
Oh, are you talking about because you have an actual flashlight and then your necklace thing?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, your flashlight, your torch is working fine. So, as you walk through, what do you wish to do?
I'm also just looking to see if there's any portals or anything that catches my eye as far as weird or out of place.
Okay. As you walk through, you find a couple of doors leading into some rooms, some janitor closets and stuff like that. But quite a few of these doors are locked. But you do not find any portals like you've seen before.
Well, those locked doors don't remain locked for long as I punch them down.
All right.
I
He's
follow
a
the sound of
fighter.
I follow the sound of breaking doors.
Roll me an athletics check.
Wait, what?
Roll me an athletics check.
I forgot. Robert's not a puncher as much as he is a master. No, another.
You go to punch the door. You're more used to fighting regular beings of people fighting back. As you punch this door, it bends your hand a bit, and you weren't expecting the pain. You don't take any damage, but it hurts a lot. And then you hear your name being called.
Oh, yes. I'm down the hall. Ah.
Okay, coming.
I take out my
Yeah,
gun
you
and
hear
shoot
moan.
the lock.
You okay? Then Adolfin, as you start heading as soon as you start walking, you just hear a bang.
I pick up speed a bit. You tell
Did
me
that
when
work?
I arrive.
Yeah, you see, or Echo, you also following, or what are you doing?
I'll be outside.
Okay, I will say it's loud enough for you to hear outside even.
Everything okay in there?
As you call out, and Adolfin, you walk in faster to see Robert, who is holding his hand in pain, and also the gun is in his other hand as he is shot in the lock.
But, are you okay?
Yeah, I was hoping that my, previous martial arts training could help me break down this door. Well, let's just say that's been a long time ago. But I'd shot the lock instead, so hopefully I can get into this door.
Okay.
Sorry to have worried you there.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I will say that
but yeah.
Huh?
Carry on. Oh, carry on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
now try to open the door to see if the shooting the lock worked.
There's no longer a handle. Because you shot the handle up. Actually, no, you shot the lock, so that's fine. Yeah, you go to open it. It's still kind of hard to get it open, but you manage to just with enough force to push it open, and it is open now.
Okay, I shine my light into the room before entering it myself.
Okay. Adolfin, was there something you were gonna say then?
Nope.
Okay. You shine your light into the room, and it's just a closet, a locked closet.
Dun. No. I think that's. I don't know if that's an actual curse. But yeah, I'm guessing there's nothing usable in this closet.
No, there's nothing here. Just mops, buckets, brooms, bags for
Alright.
garbage and stuff like that.
And was this the only locked door, or were there others?
There were others, but they would have had windows on them. I guess you could have seen through them. They were more like just offices, for like offices, office rooms. But no computers, no nothing in them. Just rundown desks.
No portals.
No portals.
Yeah, Adolfin, I don't think there's anything actually in here. We might just need to continue on our way following that thread.
Okay, we can do that. Just hold a moment. GM.
Mm-hmm.
Are there... This is going to sound very strange, because
Good.
Adolfin is not a fighter. However, are there any weapons around? Or is there anything around which I could use as a weapon?
You could probably use a mop or a broom as a weapon of some kind, like a improvised weapon
Like a bow
in that
staff?
sense. Yeah. But
No, I'm actually looking for an actual weapon.
roll me a perception check.
There could be like a shovel or a crowbar. That
7?
Not if anyone else wishes to make one too, but I'd say since Adolfin was the one.
Hang on. This is
Yeah.
a Pokemon Center, right?
Yeah.
This is a
Yes.
medical center.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the scalpels?
You go and look around at the operating rooms, and the operating room is actually one of the doors that is also locked that doesn't have a window.
That's fine. I'm going to use my telekinetic ability to just shove the door open.
Boom! The door is locked, has no resistance because you just obliterated the door open.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I suppose
yeah,
technically it would. This would
you
count
have
as
enough
staggering
force
weight
to
closer
like,
you.
yeah. You have enough force to kind of shove it aside without damaging it. It was a little easier just because it is a rundown building, so the door was a little, rustic and stuff. So because I'm assuming it would be a metal door. But yeah, you managed to push it open, and you can see all the gurneys with little and on the side of the wall there's like a kind of an area like like a desk, and some of these desks are open, some of them are shut.
I don't want to picture someone doing surgery on a Pokemon, but now I have.
And you see a Pokemon being surgery. No, I'm just kidding. There are definitely scalpels on the ground though, and on the counters. I'd say about 6 out in the open, maybe.
Cool. I'll just pick up one, but Robert, are you nearby?
He would come to check on you to see what that loud noise was, so yeah.
Okay.
And
You see me looking in, and then look over to one of the scalpels, and I stay in the doorway.
okay.
But what you see happen is I look like I'm about to pick something up, and as I pick something up, you see one of the scalpels on the table lift up, and then I start turning my hand around, and the scalpel starts turning around in the air, and then I move my hand, and the scalpel moves across the room, and then move my hand again in a more violent manner, and it shoots across the room again. It's up to you, GM, if you wanted to go into wall. Fuck it, let's have it go into wall.
I was gonna say, I'm waiting for you to like say you throw it hard enough to like hit a wall or something.
And so we'll do that then.
Yeah.
I throw it more violently, and it sails across the room, and pinning itself into a wall. And I'm like, oh, whoops.
You've got quite a talent there, Adolphin.
Yeah. Hold on a mo. And I pick up another one. This is me.
Yeah.
This is me using my feature, PK Combat, which will allow me to, which for bind 1 AP standard action allows me to wield weapons using my telekinetic ability.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. So, in this case, a scalpel counts as, because this is just technically a, like, anything normal, not magical or anything, is usually crude. So it is a crude, small melee weapon. And I think there are rules for, like, daggers, like small weapons such as daggers and stuff. Like, they've got small weapons and then large weapons. This would be considered a small weapon.
I just need to find where to put that in my inventory.
I think it's technically an equipment, but I think you would just put it in your on your character, on your combat. At the top, on the top right, it says equipment.
Okay.
On your main hand or offhand. In this case, I think it would be your offhand or your main hand in this case, but you technically would use it hands free. Yeah. So you would put it in the OP column, where it's the AMH, right next to there. Because the spot where you have it in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that spot would be saved for like equipment effects, like if your
Okay.
ability, if you're what, yeah. So you're gonna want to put it in the purple box to the left of it. Yep.
No
Adolphin,
idea what.
And then I'll get you the stats on a crude weapon after a bit.
Okay.
We'll do that
when we get out of here, if you want to test your abilities with an actual blade, we can maybe try to see what we can surround it up.
We'll see about that.
Also, I don't mind if you want to train with it.
Well, this is just for defense. That's all.
Yes, of course. But if you ever want to hone your skills, I definitely
You don't have to go easy on me. I'm just saying. So if you want to train with me, you can stab me all you want.
Thank you. That's very kind. And I'll walk awkwardly away.
Okay.
Just with
I
this
didn't better rephrase
Swirly
that.
thing following you around.
slowly rotating scalpel.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go to a quick break. Don't leave. We'll probably be about 10-15 minutes. But yes, when we get back, we will be finding out if the players are going to keep exploring this building, or if they're going to follow the string that has now curved around the building. So don't go away. Grab your potions, grab your drinks, take your bathroom break, smoke them if you got them. Just do whatever makes you comfortable, and we will be back shortly. Don't go away.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back.
Oh, and also.
Welcome back,
It hasn't happened in a
everybody.
while. I had to do it.
I know you did. Jesus Christ. Welcome back, everybody, to the Pokemon Space Odyssey. To roll for immersion. Alright, the players are exploring a rundown Pokemon Center currently. Adolfin has found some Scalpels and has been trying out his new feature called PK Fighter, which allows him to grab things. PK Combat, which allows him to grab things and use them as weapons, so he can basically struggle attack from afar, which is cool. And he can use his special attack, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Adolfin, can you try grabbing 2 scalpels at once and seeing if you can do
that? I could try. I've not done it before, so while this scalpel is just floating beside me, I reach out far away from any of the scalpels and pick one up, and I do because I have 6 AP left, so I can have as many bound things up to I can have
Wait,
bound things.
you could just oh my god! All right.
You can just
Bind
have an
1
array
AP.
of like sharp objects just floating around.
I could, yeah. It's bind 1 AP, and I have now 6 of them, so I do that and go, oh, that,
So you'll have
well,
to.
I can.
Oh.
Looking at Robert.
Fascinating.
I don't really want to, and I drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good to know, though, for the future. But anyways, though, we should get back at the task at hand. We should see if Echo has still an eye on the stranded. We should try to get out of this Arceus forsaken place.
All right. Echo, you're still outside, correct?
Yep, I am outside, but while Echo's waiting, she brings out obsidian.
Okay. That's your rock and roller, right?
No, not my rock and roll. Rock and roll is slab, and slab is a creature of itself. But
Okay.
we'll get. Obsidian is my golet, my special.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you send out you send out Obsidian, and he just go it. He just looks up at you with his staring rocky eyes.
And then
Golet.
because what size? Oh man, a medium. Oh.
Yeah, he's as tall as you. So actually, he's just staring at you.
Like, I just give him a few pats on the head and whatnot.
Go it.
And I give him a few pats on the head and essentially just hang out with my good old Golet.
Okay. Roll me a quick perception check. And this will be easier because you see the string. So, but roll me a perception check.
Okay.
You're all high enough at call before that you can just see it. But yeah.
Okay. Not that great. Thanks.
Okay. No, that's fine.
I'm not saying thank you to you.
Oh.
I'm saying thank you to
The dice.
The dice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maggie, my doggo. Hello.
You see the string that you keep an eye on just to kind of see what's going on because it was curved around the corner and bent on the corner of the building. But you hear almost what sounds like rubbing rope, like on a corner. Like if you hear this, like it's hard to describe the sound, but like almost like something got like it sounds like it's kind of rubbing on the corner, like it's moving and being pulled. or not pulled, like, but it's moving along the corner, and that's what you hear.
Oh, so the string, right?
The tether, yeah, the string.
Yeah,
Or the thread, I
Echo
guess.
would just look around the corner to see what's going on.
You can't see anything when you look around the corner, but definitely getting closer to the corner, and you now hear the thread going like, almost like something's almost like reeling in a but not as loud, but like when you reel in a fishing rod, and it like has a bit of pull. The what's it called? The I don't remember what that technical sound is, but like the drag. The drag, yeah, on a fishing rod. It's not that loud because obviously since this is thread, and it's not on a mechanicalness to make that dragging sound. But you definitely see the thread as you kind of go to like kind of touch it and like see what's going on, and it feels like the thread is moving like back around the corner, back towards where you came from.
Oh, so it's going towards where we came from then.
The rope is, yeah, it's going towards you, and the thread is going past you, and the one that's around the corner is coming towards you. So it's kind of like it's coming and then going. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What Obsidian sees this going on?
Yeah, he looks. Oh, I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, you could point it out to him. He also has an occult education. If you want him to roll.
All education things are a 1d6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Maybe
Just
perception
give
check then.
Yeah, perception. Okay. Just a standard perception. Luckily, he has decent perception. My good little Golets.
Ooh.
I have a 12.
Gullet looks at the thread that you point out to them, and he kind of almost plucks it, plink pluck, and then he grabs it, and to stop it from moving, and the side that is not heading back for, like, he stops the thread, but the side that went around the corner that you guys were following, that then goes slack, and it like almost falls to the ground. But it looks like it's still getting slack, as if, you know, like, yeah.
Okay. Tells Obsidian to let go of the thing.
He lets go, and it immediately, like, elastic just like gets slack again, or gets taut again, but it still seems to be moving in that direction back towards the portal where you came from.
I got you. Actually, dastardly, well, not really dastardly, because I got an idea. Would Echo would touch the string?
Mm-hmm.
Would they be able to communicate with Lambert?
Do you wish to try?
I am willing to try.
Okay. Roll me an occult education as you grab the rope.
Of course, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Mm-hmm. How many of those do you have, by the way? Because you get AP back after you rest.
I got about. I used it twice.
Unless you
didn't I?
bind it, then it gets used, but when you unbind it, it comes back.
Let me check.
Because you used it quite
I
a
do
bit.
it
I just
at-
want to make sure.
Yeah, I used it about twice.
Okay.
So I got about 5 left. It's fine.
Okay. I just want to make sure that
So
you're keeping
I'm
track,
going to
'cause
use them.
you get them back when you take rests.
Yeah.
So, or technically, is it technically Sean, is it encounters or after scenes you get them back, or is it after rests?
For which one?
For
Which
AP.
Oh, yeah, AP is per rest to be spent with, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
But you get them all back. It's not one at a time. You get them all back.
Yeah. Yep.
And
so yeah,
some
you can use-
classes can get like some back faster than that. But,
Yeah. Well, with Adolfin's case, when he's binding them, he uses the AP to bind your PK combat, or right?
Mhm.
PK combat. When you
Well,
unbind it,
I use the
Yeah.
AP to bind the weapon to me.
yeah. When you
Yeah.
unbind the weapon, because if you use 3 weapons to bind 3 AP, you would have however many left. But when you unbind them, you get that 3 AP back
Yeah, that's
when
what
you
I
bind
assumed.
them. Yeah. But if it doesn't say
But
bind
yeah,
and you use
there's-
it, then it goes away until you rest. So
I think there is like one class, I think it's like survivalist, where you can regenerate your AP faster
yeah.
by doing something like that.
Almost like action
I looked into it real quick. AP refreshes at a start of each scene.
At the start of each scene. Okay.
Start of each scene.
Right.
Oh,
So basically, if you'll
okay.
get them back at the start of a scene, but in between scenes, you'll have to keep track of how much you're using. So
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm
No
keeping
problem.
track.
sounds
I'm
good.
keeping track.
All right.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll me an education roll with your AP bonus.
Okay. Let me just close this out, and then. Yeah. I get to
Okay.
re-roll that. Shit.
So it's still just a 17. Yeah, you go to feel to see if you can sense lamprine in there, and you don't feel lamprine. But I will say with that roll, you get the sense that it's possibly the portal itself that is causing the connection, the severing.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
But you do sense something. And it's coming from the other way.
Uh-oh.
That's all you get.
Now I'm scared. My boots are quivering.
Hey, that's good. You're experiencing fear. That's that's an emotion, you know?
Are we there?
Yeah, you're there.
No, that was
Oh.
a speed shot.
Oh. I was like, wait.
Yeah, and then after that, Echo would just wait for everyone else.
Okay.
Tries to give an update on the findings and whatnot.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're gonna go inside the building then and wait for them?
I assume that you guys are coming out, aren't you?
Oh, I guess, yeah, you're good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So go back to Adolfin and Robert. You guys walk through the building, the hallways, after getting your scalpels, back through the lobby area, and you head back outside to Echo. And Echo has his gullet out, named Obsidian. So you see... actually, I think, Adolfin, this would be your first time seeing it, because you weren't there at the time when they found the gullet.
Or not?
Yeah. So you
Wait,
just see
Golette,
this gullet.
Golette looks at the both of you, go, and then just one like Golette goes
Golette.
like this. Golette.
Gullet.
Also, is Navi is still out, right?
Navi is in the ball.
Oh, okay.
Gullet.
Okay, well,
Scene
let's
is yours.
continue on. I'm getting quite uncomfortable in this place. I would like to move forward.
Yes.
Yes.
However, I do have several findings that I need to report.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
This string, well, I tried to communicate with Lamprine, and, well, I am unfortunately unable to communicate with her. It has to deal with that portal we went through.
Makes sense.
However,
Understandable.
I do have a finding. It can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. There is also, as well, I tried to sense for Lamprine, but I sense another. I don't know
Ooh.
what, but I'm sensing something else with this string.
Yes, then
Where?
we should definitely make haste.
Like, Echo points at the portal, goes, that's where we came from. And then once points the other way with a string, wherever that way is where I was able to sense that wherever it is, that way.
Huh. Okay.
Henry will kind of, because he's still kind of there, I just had him in the background for a bit, but Henry will look around the corner to see, as you point around the corner and look, he's going to make a perception check.
Yeah, he's pretty perceptive, that little... Wow.
Yeah, he looks around the corner and he's like, what is that?
Oh,
Echo would go for a perception to see what he's seen.
He's just, it'll be easier because he's like pointing and he's like, that right there, it's like a dot. But, yeah, roll me a perception check. Whoever wishes to.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Sure,
I'm gonna
I'll look around.
try. Because Robert is, like, on full alert. Hey, I finally didn't roll a 3.
Alright, for Adelphin and Robert, it is a little hard to see. You definitely do see the dot. And it looks like it's just there. Echo, in your case, you see it's slightly bigger as it looks like it's getting closer. And
I'm going. Real quick, I am going to turn on the IR spectrum. Infrared.
infrared, okay.
Is that thing alive? Essentially. Warm, hot, cold. What am I seeing here?
You don't see any heat signature at all, but it's getting closer.
Oh.
And I'll say with that roll I did before, Henry says, that is big. I'm gonna have him roll. He's like, I don't know what that is, guys.
Describe it.
It's got... It looks kind of like the Toad School we fought before, but it was black like them. Like all inky and stuff. It's hard to tell from this distance though. But it's big.
Is it in the air or is it on the ground?
It's in the air.
Yep, we should get going. I have an idea of what that might be, and that is something that we need to get out of here.
If you, based on the description, Sean or Robert, if you want to make me a Pokemon education roll, you can.
Yeah, because I mean, Robert thinks.
Well,
Like,
technically, if anyone wants
He's in
to.
the distortion world, so he's
I
worried that
just
it might
rolled
be
really low
your
for.
demon.
Yeah. No, okay.
Actually,
You know what? I'm going to do it just for the funny. There, for the funny.
oh,
Yeah.
it's 5d6. I was about to roll
Yeah,
4d6.
I'm not gonna even bother.
Okay. Based on the description, it sounds like a tentacruel.
Oh, okay. So it's not like flying. Okay.
No, it's flying, like it's floating there.
Flying tentacle. Yeah, we should definitely get going. It's not what I thought it was, but it still could be very, very dangerous.
It's even closer
okay.
now. Like, you can tell, like, it's interesting with that roll now, or with this perception check, as it's now closer, because you guys were kind of talking a little bit. He's gonna point out, I see arms coming off of its tentacles.
Hey, Echo, how fast do you think you could follow this thread? Because we should start almost running, I think.
Yeah, okay, quick question. Is it coming from the portal?
No,
Or
it's
is it
coming from the other side. The side that was slack. When
It's
Gullet
coming
grabbed
from
it.
the thread.
It's coming from the thread, yeah.
It's in our way, pretty much.
Oh, I thought it was coming from behind us. Oh, shit.
No. The thread is basically heading towards it.
Oh, frick. Well,
We could just go back inside and hope that it passes us by.
yeah, I
I
like that
would-
idea. Kinda
I
hide
was
it.
about to suggest the same thing.
Alright. You guys head back in?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As you guys head inside, I need everyone to make me a stealth check.
Ooh, stealth, my favorite.
If you're stealthing, I don't actually know. I just
Well, I suppose hiding is a good
hiding,
idea.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, 3!
I got an
And that's been my rolls for the entire day. Like, whenever I've been rolling 2 dice, I always roll a 1 and a 2 lately.
Yeah, you guys go and like try to find some hiding spot inside of the building. And as you wait,
I'm literally right beside the door.
okay.
Because I rolled a 3, so I'm literally right beside the door, and I think that's enough for me to hide.
Funny.
Echo was just go invisible. That's it.
Alright, let me do this quick.
Also, does Henry need to make one?
Oh, yeah, I'll make one for Henry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Henry's
Demon
got.
Rat. Also, hi.
Hey!
No.
Guardian's Insight. Oh, thank you. Hey, Demon Rat, how you doing, Luke? Stealth for Johnny.
Oh, that's Luke. Awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
Oh, not bad. Okay, so everybody kind of runs inside, and Adolfin, you kind of quick step in and just hide by the door. Just kind of your insight. You can hear it kind of, even though it's just floating off the ground, and you kind of look. I'll say that you get a good glance of it with using that insight. As
Oh yeah,
you get
no,
around
I
the
mean,
corner.
the reason why my stealth is so bad is because I'm standing by the door and I can't help but continue to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as it kind of turns the corner, and Echo has pointed out the string to you guys, so you can kind of tell where it is, but it's still harder to see than it is for him. But I will say you can definitely see it looks like there is a thread as it passes by attached to it. Almost looks like a beak, as it almost is like curled around it, like it's like if you think about it like a hanger got stuck on a thread, and it's now I've been pulling it along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You also see it is another one of these inky creatures that you've seen before, like what that was on the Zygos and the Toad School. Its tentacles. With the insight check, I won't make you do a perception or anything like this. The insight check is that his tentacles are made of reapers.
Oh!
And it's got like 4 tentacles, so hands coming out of them are just like the bones and the Reaper clothing that they wear. It's very disturbing.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
You hear like, oh, 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 with the clattering of bones between each other's arms, and it stops.
Where does it stop?
Right in front of the door. It doesn't turn. It just kind of stops. I need to make a roll quick.
Mm-hmm.
I do that perception roll.
Slowly back into the building. Hope it doesn't see me.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
Oh yeah.
One of its tentacles starts heading towards the door, and you just hear, oh, oh, oh. It's starting to get closer to you. As it's starting to just go to the door.
I dart inside. I run.
Okay.
So, not stealthing, just running.
Yeah. So you guys see Adolfin running away from what looks like a mass of Reapers coming from the tentacle creature.
Lovely.
But as Adolfin runs further in, it can't reach much further, and it gets about halfway through the room, and it almost tries to like sway back and forth, seeing if it can grab anything, touch anything, and it's just over the top of all of you goes, oh, oh, as its bones clatter together.
Does it seem like it can see me?
Make a insight, or was it the intuition roll?
Intuition. Okay. Okay. 17.
Damn.
It does not seem to know where you are. It just felt the presence of something in here. And it knew something was by the door, but because you ran in, it can't get its tentacle all the way in, so it can't grab anything. But because it is a tentacle, it doesn't have eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Is
he-
Echo
and
close enough to
he's-
be able to see this thing?
You all can see this thing from outside.
Okay.
That was the insight
But,
check also. It is also with that intuition roll, you would know that it is too big to get inside, and that's why I used the tentacle.
Echo
Does
is
it look like the thread is attached to this?
Yeah, it's Adolfin saw a.
Oh, I've not said anything to anybody.
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
by the way.
yeah, yeah.
So none of you
So-
know that.
Yeah,
I've seen,
yeah. As
that
far
I've
as
seen a
what
beak
we
with a
can
thread.
see.
You don't see anything. You were kind of outside, or you were further in than Adolfin was. So Adolfin was able to see it. You guys can only see the form outside of the front door. Which, it's also bigger than the building. Well, it's not a big building. It's like, I think technically, tentacle is still considered a medium. I will say that it is, even though it is a medium, it's about half the size of the building. So if the building was like 20 foot tall, it is a 10 foot. Or it's like 8 foot, but it's still kind of, I guess, floating in the air. So it's about halfway up the building, but still it's got enough of length to like get its tentacle in. But it can't reach far enough in that. Yeah, so it's trying to grab at things, but it can't seem to find anyone.
Yeah, meanwhile, Echo is in the same room, invisible, just looking.
So you guys just see this tentacle of Reapers sweep the room as what it can reach.
I'm gonna try and hide
Mm-hmm.
again. to try and not see, to try and reduce my ability to be sensed.
Okay. In that, I was gonna say you could do focus in that case because you're trying to reduce you're trying to reduce your presence, not just being sneaky. Oh yeah. Because you see it,
focus.
you see it get almost really close to you. It was almost it sweeps by, and then you manage to pull your essentially your being into itself, so you aren't being present. You essentially try to hide your presence and not just your physicalness, because you're like, oh, I can't sneak at all. I'm just gonna be like, stay still and So you manage to pull your psychic energy in and hold it so it can't be sensed, and it almost like stops over you as you see these bones hands just right in front of your face. And then it slowly pulls back.
I so want to do Mind Reader right now. I so want to do
This
Mind
reminded me
Reader
of War of the Worlds.
And it pulls its hand back through the doorway. Whoa. And it bypasses the building.
Wait for a moment.
You guys wait a bit for it to fully disappear.
That was something I didn't want to experience.
Echo comes back from invisibility, just appears out of nowhere.
Where'd you come from?
I always could do that.
Okay. I don't remember
Is
that.
everyone okay?
Yes, fine. But that was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a lot. Hey,
We-
Echo,
Yes.
don't go pulling on that thread.
Got it.
The thread was wrapped in its mouth.
Oh.
I think it was fishing for us.
Oh my gosh.
I
He
can
was
make
using the
a.
thread as bait.
Maybe. I want to get out of here.
Yeah, we need to find a way out of here as soon as we can.
We can always
Can we
go
just
back
go
to.
back to the portal that we came to?
Oh, it didn't close behind us?
No, it's still open.
Oh, then yes, let's make haste.
What did you want to do, Echo?
I was literally about to say the same thing as Neil said.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. You beat me to it. And now
Alright.
my dogs are barking. That's good.
They sensed the Reaper arm.
It's Luther.
Alright. It's Luther. Alright, what do you guys do?
Head back. At
Alright.
least that's what Edison wants.
Yeah. I second
Um,
that. I want to leave this place.
Roll me a perception check as you leave the building.
All of us?
Yes, all of you. I will roll one for Henry as well.
Hey.
Okay. So Henry points out and he's like, okay. It went that way. We can probably go this way. But it's probably better still if we still follow the thread back to the portal. Unless, because there's like no landscapes out here. We don't know any like, do you guys have a map of this area? Because I don't.
I look down.
Yeah, I don't.
Do I see footprints?
Oh yeah. Technically you would. Yes.
Could just follow footprints.
Yeah, we can just follow our
Oh
footprints.
yeah.
It's a
That
good
makes
idea.
sense, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you guys can roll. Oh no, because you already have the footprints. I said you've seen them. You don't need to roll survival to find footprints. Yeah. So on your way back, let me see if I can get the order right again. So yeah, you on your way back, the gravity almost goes back to being light, or it is going back to like a number 2 what it was. So it goes back to the normal feeling you were feeling when you walked into the portal and when you're on Performia. So no more difficult terrain. Are you sure they are your footprints?
I'm hoping so.
And as you make your way back, you see the footprints that led the opposite way of the string from before. But once again, the string is nowhere to be seen because it has made its way away from you guys.
Real quick.
Yep.
Since Echo has perfect memory and all that other shit. As like we start walking back and whatnot, do Visagos tracks are still there?
Yeah, they're still there.
And which direction are they going exactly?
They are going. So the way you were when you were following the string, they were going to the right, almost like a north. And if the way you were going was north, it would be northeast. Because you
Looks
were
like
following the tracks, and then they went off that way, but the string kept going the other way.
Echo would bring this up again and says, "Do we want to follow the tracks, or do we want to go through the portal, recuperate, and then come back?"
I would suggest go through the portal and recuperate, because I get the feeling that most of the stuff that's in this place is corrupted in some way.
Yeah, that tentacle are usually not that big, so I don't want to come across something that is corrupted and even bigger. Like, if that can happen to a normal tentacruel, I don't want to know what happens to, like, let's say a dragon or something. Like, that's scary.
Plus, I also get the feeling that what we're looking for is not going to be in here, it's going to be outside. But that's just me.
Also, my suspicions of what this place is, I think has changed. I don't think this is Distortion World. I don't think there would be, like, these weird corrupted Pokemon. So at least I don't think we have to deal with Giratina.
I have an idea.
Which is
but I'm gonna
probably
keep that to
completely
myself.
different language to add, but...
All right.
I have an idea, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
Okay. Yeah. I think it would be wise, though. Skedaddled.
All right. So you guys go back. You head back then.
Yes, please.
Okay. As you
Yes.
head back, you get back to the the area where you were fighting the Toad School. You can see the inky masses just laying there on the ground still. But the one that was in the glass box, you had put him in Edelfin. The glass box has been broken on one side, and it is gone.
I expected too much.
Alright, as you walk back, after about an hour or two, you come back to the portal, and once again, Echo, you see the string, and on two sides, it's almost like you can, now that you can tell it's the string or the tether on it's exiting, like on the, or it's almost like when you pull a thread through a loop, you know, it's gonna curve on the two sides. So it's coming out and then it goes through the portal like that, and it's hugging on the edges of the portal coming out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, Echo's going to go through the portal first for everyone, so that they don't.
Wait, so the string is coming out of the portal?
Yeah. This is the
Fuck.
portal you guys came
Okay.
through, so
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Oh
So
boy.
Echo goes through the portal without saying anything.
alright, you walk through the portal. And
Wait.
Oh.
No, Echo's on.
Echo,
That
you,
was the other thing saying wait,
Yeah.
but Echo just walked through.
you walk through the portal, Echo, and immediately trying to walk through, you kind of fall back into it.
Oh yeah.
So Echo comes falling back out towards on your side.
Oh, hello. Like, like on the floor goes, hello.
Wait, what?
So there's no way. It's a one-way portal.
Echo sticks their head through it.
You stick your head through and you see the mansion. You realize you didn't have enough momentum and the gravity pulled you back into the portal and threw you back in.
Oh, was the portal on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The portal was on the ground, and when you walked through, the portal was on a wall, like on a brick wall of the mansion. Even though they're kind of, the portal that you went through was on the groundskeeper's ground outside, so not on the mansion. So
Like quickly, Echo, gets up, takes a few steps back, and then bolts right to the portal again.
yep. And you manage to get through with enough force that it throws you through, and you kind of fall in on your back, but you're now on the right side. You're back on Paphomia.
Alright, Adolphin, do you want to be next?
Nothing like jumping into a bunch of ectoplasm and hoping you go through. And Adolphin will literally jump.
You just jump into it?
Yep. I
Okay.
actually jump into because you said the portal's on the ground, right?
The portal on Paphomia is on the ground. The one you're on in the area you're in is on the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
like that. Got ya.
So that's why he fell back through it, because the gravity was pushing him towards the ground still.
Yeah.
But he just walked into it. It was like,
Got ya. I completely got it the wrong way around. Then I will jump through it,
okay.
as in I'll swan dive through it. And if that's not enough, I will use my telekinetic ability on the other side to try and pull myself forward.
Okay. I'll say that's enough. You dive through it hands first to kind of like almost diving into water, and then you find yourself almost kind of jump diving into the air, and it's a little disorienting because you're going from one angle to another, and then you quickly use your and then you pull yourself towards the tree, and you are now out and back on Paphomia.
Oh, that was
And
weird.
then I stay in here and leave everyone behind.
You go fight the creature.
That would be a
of,
very Robert thing to do.
No. But yeah, so, and Robert, because he's not going to be doing anything fancy, he's just going to reach his hands in, put his hands on the ground, and just pull himself up into it.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of like grab the edge of the portal as you see a pair of fingers come through and grab the ground, and he pulls himself up, climbing over the edge.
That is so much more sensible than what I thought.
And then when you three are out, you see Henry, come out at like a really amazing speed, and because he ran full speed at it and did a cannonball, the same thing you did before, and he kind of like lands on the ground because I think at this point Echo would have been far enough away from the portal to not be hit by a flying cannonball Henry, and so he lands on the ground and goes, "Ah, my butt, ow!" Hey, we're back. All right.
Well, I would be a very, very happy person if I never went back into that kind of place again. Even though I think we might have to.
It was interesting. Theory. I'm not very good with directions nor sense of directions at all. Usually other people do that for me. Those of us who are good at that kind of stuff, how far away would that Poke Center that we were at be from here? And can we get there? I looked to my compatriots.
I will say, Echo, you remember where that Pokemon Center from that town from your 50 or 49, I'd say 50 years of exploring Pifomia. You would know that there's a town nearby the mansion with a Pokemon Center that fits that description.
I would know the location of that Poke Center.
Do we want to see if it's still there?
Sure. It should be standing.
Lead the way.
Just like immediately takes like a 75-degree turn, and it just starts
Yeah.
walking.
Henry just perks up. He's like, what about the ship?
How far away is it from here?
The ship's right in front of the mansion, isn't it? Like,
Oh,
we landed
sorry.
right in front of it.
Correct.
Oh.
Correction. Echo, how far away is the town? Echo, stop walking!
Like Echo would stop,
Echo's just
but
keep walking. Yeah.
Echo would just stop walking and then looks at them, and then before I answer, Mr. GM, man, how far?
Not too far. So I can't put any more pins for towns on World Anvil anymore, like on anything. So I'm just gonna say this town it's not too far away, but maybe like 3-4 miles.
We could get there within a day. It's about 3 to 4 miles at most.
You probably get there within an hour or two. I went on walks that went for a mile. Took me like 10-15 minutes.
3 to 4 miles. That's about
No,
2
1
miles.
mile.
That's two.
So probably an hour for like 3 miles.
Oh, so how far away is it?
It's 3 to 4 miles away.
Yeah, so it'll probably take us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
On foot.
It'd probably take 10 minutes by spaceship.
Let's. Why don't we take the ship then?
Alrighty.
Yeah. It'd be nice to be
'Cause
back on a familiar.
Yeah. Well, I'm also thinking that if it's going to take us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there, it'll take an hour and a half to 2 hours to get back. And I don't want to do that.
I will say it is hard to determine day and night in here because it is a planet of perpetual darkness, because it's like a graveyard. And it's also on the edge of the universe, so it's not a lot of stars make it here. However, make me a perception check, everyone. Very easy.
So I roll a 2. Oh no. Yes, I thought it was an almost.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Did you want to roll on that?
Perception check, right?
Or yeah, perception. Sorry.
4.
Okay. Yeah. It's not that difficult, but for some reason, Adolfin, you're not particularly looking into the sky. You're kind of just more focused on the ship. Robert and Echo, since you got here, there has been no light, like, in the sky. It's just been, like, almost like a dusk nighttime, you know, but, like, it still isn't, like, bright, like, almost like a sunset kind of dusk. It's, like, it should be midnight, but there's, like, almost like the moon reflecting off clouds kind of light, you know, that's kind of what there is. It seems, for some reason, heading from the east, there seems to be light in the sky. And Echo, there has never been light in the sky.
This is strange. Because there shouldn't be any sort of lights in the sky before.
Would it be like general education for like determining like or
Distance
intuition
and stuff?
maybe?
Yeah, I mean, general
Well, no,
education.
intuition for
Oh,
like what it
what
might
might be. Yeah, if you want to roll
Like,
intuition,
if it
you
was
can.
like, yeah, okay. Because Sean has an idea, but I want to know if Robert comes to the same conclusion.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's the, because of your knowing that this place shouldn't have any light, you recall the crystal that you followed coming to the planet.
There it is.
Yeah. That's kind of what my suspicions were. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad that Robert came to the same conclusion. So yeah, and Robert will say that looks like the same kind of light that was caused by that crystal that almost hit our ship.
Light? What?
And then you look to the sky, and you can now see the light when there has never been light before. Just on the east.
Is that not normal?
Yes, it is not normal, especially on this planet.
Oh.
Hold up. Like, Echo pulls out the lantern, gives it a few, words to it. Try to connect to lampering.
Yep, as you flick the lantern, see if it works. Like, you don't need to flick it, Echo. I can hear you just fine. It's almost like flicking an eyeball. It's very annoying.
Sorry. We, the expedition down in, whatever dimension or something to that effect, we've seen a lot of things. And then Echo begins to, like, talking into the lamp and basically replaying events, essentially.
She says, "Oh, that's very concerning. I still don't know what that could be. It is interesting that that you say it's almost a copy of Paphomia, but run down.
Oh, tell her that there might be an escaped. There might be Pokemon with Reapers for arms.
Echo would just go, oh yeah. We also ran into a, what was that, Tentacruel that we...
Tentacruel? Yeah, it was a Tentacruel,
Yeah,
just
tentacle,
like-
but with like a Reaper stuff on them and
What?
stuff like that.
That sounds horrible.
I'm talking to you, GM.
Oh, I thought you were talking to her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a Reaper's on its tentacles, yeah. Or 4 tentacles,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, redescribing that creature that we just encountered and Adolphin
goodness.
almost got taken.
She's like, oh my goodness, that sounds terrifying. It doesn't sound. She doesn't sound terrified, but she says it. I'll keep an eye out, but I haven't noticed anything come out. Like I said, it's like in the area that it gets my senses get shut off. But as long as my threads exist in this world, I can still see. But almost like it's like, think of it like this: if we tied, like if you think of a spider web, the spider webs connect at intersections. But then if you cut off a section of the spider web, they kind of fold and they kind of like pull back. I'm trying to reconnect them, but it's almost like they're being plucked, but not like how you pluck how you pluck an instrument, like a guitar. They're not breaking, but they're being plucked, and so they make noise, and I'm hearing that noise, or not hearing it, I'm seeing it. It's just not there, but they don't feel snipped, if you know what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Well, if you wish to come back and we can plan something, see if we can deal with what's going on, you can give me more of a briefing. We can talk about it more, have some more tea. It has been getting a little hot over here. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. It's like heat on the back of your neck. In that sense.
Dude,
It's also very bright over here. I don't get.
Yes,
what's going
there
on.
is.
It's hard to see.
But
Like normally hard to see.
yeah, there is light in the sky currently on the west side.
Okay, one moment. And she breaks the connection from you.
Oh.
Yeah. It was abrupt. She said she's checking on something, but she basically hung up on you.
Alright. And then Echo puts away the lantern.
What'd she say?
Well, basically, she doesn't know what's going on per se on the. I'm going to call it an alternate dimension of this place. She has no clue on it. However, in terms of the light in the sky, she is checking it out, I presume, and she cut connection. So the light in the sky, I am not too sure if it is related to the other dimension.
Could be, but sounds like it's something we have to deal with.
yeah. If she doesn't even know what's going on, this is a strange phenomenon indeed.
Yes.
Hmm.
So let's go. Do we still want to go to the town or should we head to the ship, recuperate, and go back in?
Yeah, I definitely could use some R&R.
Yeah, I also could use a little bit of rest, but I'd suggest that we leave the town for now and go deal with this light. The town has already been got. If it's been got, and this stuff has been happening for a while, so I'm pretty sure we can leave that for a little bit. But this light is getting a bit. If this light is not meant to be here, it's more recent and seems to be having much more of an impact. So we probably want to deal with that first. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Echo, you feel a connection back.
Echo pulls out the lantern.
Ah! It burns!
You really peaked.
Oh, did you not hear that?
No.
I didn't hear.
Well,
Yeah.
Skip
Sorry.
was screaming though.
Yeah, she was screaming. She hears her say, "Ah, it burns! It hurts! I can't see! Oh!" And we're
okay,
gonna
so-
leave that for next week.
Okay.
Echo flinching.
Sorry, that was me. Like, I wasn't sure if chat heard it, and I'm like, I
No.
think maybe they heard it, but I don't know if you guys did. So I was like,
Oh, I
oops.
didn't even.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what was going on. I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yes, we're gonna
Oh,
leave
I know
that.
exactly what was going on.
We're gonna leave that for next week. Oh my god.
I'm the only one that does.
Shh, no, you don't. Stop
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm not saying
Anyway.
what it was. I just know.
Anyway. Okay, Robert doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
I will say as
Yeah,
a
shut up, Sean.
reason. I will say as a reason. Sean is a backup GM because I'm not a very. I am still new to GMing, so I don't think I get But I'll try to like not say much to Sean, but I don't say anything to anyone else. That's the only thing. So he's like
no.
my backup GM. So anyway, today was awesome, you guys.
Yeah, it was that. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited for next episode.
Any favorable moments today? Let's start with Sean.
That tentacle, like you, I'm actually surprised at like how good you are at describing like legitimately creepy body horror and like a tense moment like that. I did not know. I don't think I've ever heard you do that before, and
I don't
gotta
think I've
say,
ever done that
was
before
actually
either.
really well done. That legitimately creeped me out. So good job.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. That was horrible.
Yeah, like that legitimately creeped me out, and so like job well done. You did a good job there.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
How about
I'm fully into the whole body horror thing. I'm fully into it because it's horrible, it's disgusting, and it's creepy.
Oh yeah.
So well
like
done.
Junji
You actually
Ito
made me go,
stuff.
that's horrible. I don't like that. Well done.
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like that was
Uh,
very Junji Ito sounding. Like yeah.
It's like it sounds almost like something that my mind would dream of as well. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. Echo, any favorable moments?
Yeah, the body horror type of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was hoping
Even
it
though
was
I
gonna
didn't
grab
look,
someone.
I
but-
didn't look flinching or anything. In my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
Nah.
Like
Nah.
you get that like little like spine tingle. It's like, ugh, kind of
Oh.
moment.
You still got a little bit more work to get the spine tingle for me, but it was pretty close.
We just need to get him to run a system that those scenes are more common games to.
Oh, Scully, I am a full Warhammer 40k nerd when it comes to the whole body horror thing.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Like, like that's normal to that's all shit.
Well-
Creepers are like, oh, that's gross. I like that.
Yeah.
And you did actually put in a little bit of body horror in our D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Scarlet Guard.
there's body horror in D&D. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is. Don't worry. That's mild stuff.
Stretch your, yeah. You
He
got
also
to
did it
kind
on our
of,
one shot.
Stretch
with
your
the-
chops a little bit.
He did it on our one shot when me and Lydia were fighting a big creature made of goblin parts or kobold parts. You remember that one shot we did?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
What was
yeah.
that game called again, or that thing?
It was have you heard of the I think it's either have you ever heard of or something like that. But it's a game that Lydia has.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's fun.
It's
And then
fucking weird.
Adolfin or Edward, I think I know you already kind of said your favorite moment, but was there a different favorite moment, or was it that?
Well, I wasn't here for most of it, so
Oh, true.
That one.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah, I definitely gotta say, because I've had this creature in the back of my head, like in the back of my mind, waiting for you guys to find it, and I'm like, are they gonna get to fight it today, or because I had stuff ready for it if you fought it, but or are they gonna try and run away from it? And I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad you ran, because that was cool.
Yeah, you got to be a lot more creepy instead of just overtly like,
Yeah, like it sensed Adolfin at the door, so it was like, oh, there's something there, I'm gonna go grab it. And then you ran away.
Yeah, and it really did remind me of the scene from War of the Worlds when like the tentacle comes down and is like searching for them in that like cellar. It's like, ooh, creepy.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys everyone for being here. Thank you for joining us in chat. Let's go see if anyone is live. I was
thinking about how. Sorry.
No, you're
carry
good.
on, carry on.
Thinking about what?
I was thinking about how you could make that tentacruel even more creepy.
Yeah.
And it's so easy just to make it even more creepy. Instead of them being reapers, which are ghostly creatures with bones, you give them flesh.
Ooh.
You give them flesh, and so that
I will say there technically is a
Yeah.
reason why they are just the Reapers and no flesh, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you were sticking to the Reapers thing, which is cool. But I was like, how could you make that more creepy? It's like
I thought it was funny how I explained how like the bones like clattering together when they were trying to grab stuff.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
making
the reason
like,
why I say you would then clothe the entire tentacle in in flesh,
Yeah.
but make it skin colored. So not like exposed muscle or anything, because that's kind of normal. You like skin colored flesh, and they're all hands and faces just reaching out with fingers and everything just reaching out from the tentacle as well.
Yeah.
Like, this is how fucked up my brain goes.
Man, Neil, do you still have those images of like the Junji Ito Pokemon thing that we looked up that one time?
I do, but not available to just pull up on the stream. So, and I
You
technically
should
just looked them up
share it.
online to do that, but
Yeah,
I
you
can
should
share the
it on
pictures, yeah, when
Discord
we're
so
done.
Ed can see some of those because
Yeah.
they're freaking great.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I was thinking we could, because the Only Ryan and my Scrum are both streaming Split Fiction together, but me and Zach are going to be doing Split Fiction later today, so I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to come hang out and watch it later. But we can go raid Rock Protector. He's playing Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Oh, sweet.
Or no,
oh, that's funny. I was just
Mirage. He's
I was
doing an
playing
11.
Assassin's Creed before we started this.
He's like 11. It says it's titled 11 hour until the great Assassin's Creed run ends. Last part. So he's on the last part of the game, I think. Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll go raid Rock. Slash raid Rock Protector. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so if you'd like to see anything I've done in the past, this episode will be going live or will be going onto YouTube after this is finished. And so all the streams that I post, all the recordings and streams that I do will be going over to there after they are done being streamed. If you'd like to join the Discord, you can follow this link. I'll post every time I go live on there, on all my friends' Discords, and also on Twitter. For when you want to go see when I go live on there, it'll bring up the notifications. Other than that, thank you guys so much for joining. This has been Immersion Diversion, and we bring the immersion to you. This has been Roll for Immersion, and we bring the immersion to you. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.